Okay, good morning. I'm Maria James. I am the Administrative Services Group Manager. And so this morning we are hoping to, as it says there, debunk the myth of ASG. So when you think of administrative services, what do you think? A lot of work. Okay, a lot of work. What else? More work. What else?
Bringing support to everyone else.
Okay. What else? Besides ASG, some of my non-ASG folks, what do you think when you hear administrative services, that word administrative?
That you handle
Secretary.
personnel actions.
Exactly. So let me give you some real life examples of when they hear about administrative services. So I remember a while back when I first came into ASG about 4 years ago, I had a request from outside the service center. They were doing a meeting here in the regional office. And they said, Maria, we need somebody in your group to make 250 copies of this document. And I was like, I'm looking at my functions and saying, well, we're not Kinko's, so I can't provide that for you. That's not what we do here in ASG, is to do copies of things. A very recent example. So all of you know when we have the finishes here in the regional office building, right? I'm not going to name the group, but I actually had a request that came directly to me. And they wanted to know if I had anybody in ASG who would help pack for them and move their stuff. I said, excuse me? What? It's not USG, meaning U-Haul Services. I don't provide that service, so you will need to do that just like everybody else. And then I was asked if I could get bubble wrap, wrapping paper, all sorts of interesting. So that's just kind of some of the examples that we get. We often get that we offer secretarial support. That's always very interesting. So we get all sorts of things. So there's that word administrative. And then the often we'll get is, what do you contribute to the NAS? How can we contribute to the NAS? What is it that you do? Do you contribute to the business plan? So you get all these kind of interesting questions. So if we go to the next slide. So one thing I want to say is ASG is part of mission support. And yes, we are part of the service center. And yes, we do work for Mac Alexander, who's the service center director, because some people think we work for HR. And some people think we work directly for management services up at headquarters. So we get all sorts of interesting questions that come our way. So we have 4 teams in ASG. So we have the employee services team, we have a training team, we have a support team, and we have the analysis team as well. So we have 4 teams there. So we go to the next one. So one of the things that's very important about our group is that we integrate all the teams work together. We are not a siloed group, because we have to work back and forth compatible, as I like to say, because of the information that we have. So what we're about to embark on is not to talk about what our functions are necessarily. We're going to talk to you about why we exist in administrative services and how we contribute to the NAS each and every day. So I'm going to introduce you to the employees who are they're basically representing their teams today and talk about the work that they do and how they contribute to the NAS and why their team exists and how they work with everybody, not only within the service center, but also outside the service center, which includes the facilities, it includes headquarters. So I'm going to introduce the team. We're going to start off with Karen Speaks.
Hi, I represent the employee services team, both sides of it. And this other Karen standing behind me.
Hi, I'm Andrea Copeland, and I represent training and administrative support. Good morning. My name is Darrell Lewis, and I'm here to represent the performance analysis.
And good morning, everyone. My name is Tarisha White, and I am here representing management support team.
These poor gracious folks who are representing their teams are about to perform the debunktification really understand what it is we do and our contribution to the NAS, and we're going to start off with Karen Speed.
Getting to know you, getting to know getting to know us, getting to know all about us. Good morning again, everyone. My name is Karen Speaks. I'm here representing the ASG Employee Services team. Our team is made up of 16 specialists and 2 team managers. Our goal is to provide exceptional customer service to our partners. Our contributions to the NAS is providing position management for all positions and employees assigned to the air traffic organization in the Eastern Service Area, from Maine to Florida, including Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Our staffing targets are set by headquarters. A lot of people seem to think that we're the team of no, 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 but we don't set the numbers. They come to us. Trust us. Okay. The ESA Employee Services team provides support to air traffic services, technical operations, and the Eastern Service Center. Our responsibilities include, but are not limited to, new hires, employee requests for reassignment, age 56 waivers, managing career enhancement positions, hardships, organizational changes, reassignments, return rights, and training failures as well. The Employee Services team provides policy, guidance, and interfaces with our partners, the district, the directors, the executive staff, district managers, air traffic managers, group managers, frontline managers, and administrative offices, just to name a few. We also work with headquarters, security, medical, and the 3 servicing HRs in our area, which is New England, Eastern Region, and Southern Region. Our why. Our why is to assist you on your career path. You are our priority. There are over 700 nature of action codes in the payroll system. An employee may have any number of actions in their FAA career, starting with the action that brings you into the FAA. You may be detailed, temporary promoted, or reassigned. The Employee Services team is with you throughout your FAA career, with every step you take. We are also with you when you decide to move on through either retirement or resignation. We are the Employee Services team. And as part of staffing, there's also a portion called training, and Andrea Copeland will go into the training. Where's the training team? Where's the training team? All right. A hearty good morning to everyone. I am Andrea Copeland, Big Andrea Copeland. The Training and Administrative Support team is a very diverse group of professionals who support our partners by providing outstanding training, enrollment, quota management, and follow-up to over 10,000 FAA employees in the Eastern Service Area. Now, we just heard from the Employee Services, and they shared the process management experience for new hires and to help us throughout our career. Now, our role in the training department is to provide essential training for employee development. Look at the numbers. They speak for themselves. Our contribution to the NAS is vast as we continue to provide training support to all of our 10,000 plus employees throughout the Eastern Service Area. And as you can see, Air Traffic Services is our largest partner contribution, but we also have technical operations, we have Eastern Service Center, and we have engineering services. And although they come under Tech Ops, they actually have their own numbers, as you can see. Let's take a look at some of the services we provide. In the training department, this is our why. For air traffic services, recurrent training is a hot item. Recurrent training is required every 6 months for all operational personnel and those required to maintain proficiency and must be completed unless designated as not applicable by the facility training administrator. It's a big deal, y'all. For technical operations, Operations Support Supervisor Workshop, or OSW, is a hot item as well. This training provides a solid foundation of basic skills for supervisory personnel, focusing on daily operations and practical applications in the field. For example, labor management relations, managing performance and conduct, fostering teamwork out in the field. Communication Security ComSec, which provides the knowledge and skills for the ComSec responsible officer, which is the CRO, to successfully fulfill their duties and responsibilities when receiving, handling, storing, or transporting, listen to this, classified national security information. That's a big deal. The Environmental and Occupational Safety and Health, which is EOSH. Some of you are familiar with EOSH. This training is necessary and helps protect employee safety, human health, and the environment on a daily basis. So EOSH is needed. Oh, sit back. Let's not forget that covenant, mandatory training that fills your ELMS inbox. How many get those emails that you have training that's due? Let's not forget Ash Savvy, or reducing texting while driving. And, oh yeah, Insider Threat Program and reacting to an active shooter event. Let's make sure we are current on our mandatory training. I know how we all love to see those in our inbox. We also send our leaders to the FAA Leadership and Learning Institute, which is FLY, and also the Federal Executive Institute, FEI, for leadership development. We want our leaders, those who are managers over us, to have the best training that they can get so they can lead us successfully. The training department continues to provide a learning experience for employee development, you, the employees, with succession and leadership development programs like the Air Traffic Leadership and Development Program, ATLDP, Frontline Managers Operational Workshop, which is FLOMO, Tech Ops Succession Planning Program, TOSPP, Program for Emerging Leaders, PALE, the Eastern Service Center Mentoring Program, and the Personal Professional Portfolio, which is the P3 workshop that assists with career goals, goal setting, resume writing, and interviewing skills. We support our partners near and far in engineering services, as we are the point of contact for the Corps of Engineer and Academy training, where employees are able to get certifications on technical training like crane safety, HVAC, and electrical design. Lastly, we recently stood up the Training Advisory Committee, or the TAC, to continue to find ways to invest in employee development, and there is more to come from the TAC team. Again, our why is you, and training and efficiency for providing training and efficiency for the over 10,000 employees in the Eastern Service Area. And we in the training department, we are happy to support you. Now, help me welcome Mr. Darrell Lewis, representing the Performance and Analysis team.
That was hot. Good morning. My name is Darrell Lewis with the Performance Analysis team. So to give you a little insight on what we do, our team, Performance Analysis team touches every group in this room. Every group within the Service Center, ATS, Tech Ops, and across the nation. Our contribution to the NAS. Our contribution to the NAS is employee performance, organization fitness planning, provide counsel and advice to our partners in all lines of business. Again, the Service Center, ATS, Tech Ops, Technical Services. We provide business plan, goals, initiatives, activities, and targets. These goals, activities, initiatives, and targets are things that are created at the end of every year. These are things that you should be able to see in your performance plan. It controls the target at the end of the year, and it determines what your money looks like at the beginning of the year, the fiscal year. We provide training to managers and other partners. Now we even provide training to the employees in the area of EPMS and VPS. It's a new tool that we're now using, and it's since been automated. We want to make sure each employee understands what they're doing and why they're doing what they're doing. One thing you all probably don't know that we do, we have 2 random audits a year. You may be familiar with one, but there's 2. One of the ones that we do consistently every year is around the mid-cycle. Headquarters roll down a list of names, and they'll tell us to randomly pull these employees just to make sure managers are processing employees' initial performance plans in mid-cycle in a timely manner. We discuss business plan contents with their owners, and we talk to different subject matter experts to make sure that we are on track in conjunction with what headquarters is required of us. We collaborate with our partners at headquarters all the way up through the VP level. Metric development analysis. So we assist managers and leaders within the group. We assist them with the data that they provide to us. A lot of the data is provided to us through a dashboard. Some of you all may be familiar with the term Tableau. The information that we're receiving comes from each and every team represented in this room here. The data is gathered. Our team take it, we'll roll it up through Tableau. It comes out through a dashboard process. This information is developed, and what we try to do is try to develop the information for the information to tell the story for the directors. We want to make sure the directors understand exactly what's going on. Another thing that we do is, with this data that we get, it's basically serve as a snapshot of each director or line of business the health of their organization. So it's basically like going to the doctor every month. Every month, every director, every leadership, every leader, every manager, if they're a part of this process in Service Center, ATS, and Tech Ops, they'll get this thing called a dashboard, and you can see the health of the organization for each line of business. Directors management. We take and coordinate drafts from headquarters, and our team job is to basically serve as the middleman. We'll take the information, we'll roll it up, we'll take all the comments. Once we get all the comments, we'll take it, and we'll send everything over to Maria and to the directors, just to make sure everything stays consistent. And this is done through the service area and service center. Employee recognition program. Now, this program is in place to basically give kudos back to you. These programs are in place to show you how much the agency appreciates the work that you do. We have the cash and time off awards program. Some people may receive time off. Some people may receive cash award. Our team is the ones that manage and handle everything in regards to that. We have the certificate and pins to show you how much we appreciate you. If you're here 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, or more, we want to show you how much we appreciate you. And this is done most of the time in an auditorium in front of everybody, so everybody can see the amount of that you put into the agency. So, and then we also have we have council. So most of you all, everybody here should be familiar with the council process. Every 2 weeks, this is a process that you're doing. You process your time, you put your time into the system. We do this to make sure, A, your time is accounted for, and B, do want to make sure you get your paycheck when you get it. No doubt, all of us get our money, and we want to make sure you get what's due to you. And records management. Some of you all may be or may not be familiar with the records management process, but the records management process, we keep and we store documents, some for 2 years, 3 years, some for 5 years. But our goal is to make sure you understand that the work that you do Some of these documents are to be stored. Some is to be stored for a lifetime. Some is to be stored for a couple of years. So if you're not familiar with what those documents are or what we do in regards to that, please speak to somebody on the performance analysis team. Our why. Our goal is to deliver innovative tools and solutions to enhance decision making and increase alignment with strategic focus of the organization. We proactively provide our customers with opportunities to improve their business and practices. So, we are a performance analysis team. We're here to help. We provide assistance to anybody that needs it. Our goal is to measure, analyze, and improve, but not just analyze, measure, and improve. Our goal is to assist whatever and whoever we need to. We are the performance analysis team. We are your solution. So here we are. So you heard about staffing. Staffing brings you in, they process you in, they'll process you out. However long you're with the agency. You heard about training. Training gives you all the training that you need to make you successful while you're here in the agency. We talked about the performance analysis team. Although we gave you many snapshots of what our team does, we have some insight on what our team now do. But let's see what the management support team can do and how they can support you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is White, and I am one of the analysts on the management support team. Now, there are several myths around what the work that the management support team does and how we support the agency. So today, I would just like to give you a little snapshot on some of the things that we do, how we contribute to the NAS, and how we may be of service to you. A lot of people think that we just walk around writing letters all day, chasing managers down for signatures. We do the chasing the managers down for signatures. You may think we sit in a little room and just process EEO cases. Well, we don't sit in a little room anymore, but we do process the EEO cases. But there are several other functions and services that we provide. So again, just want to give you a little snapshot on what some of those services are and how we can be of service to you. The management support team provides advisory services to our partners, managers, and to the client public. So not only do we provide management support, but we also provide support to resolving complaints, addressing concerns at the lowest level, and in accordance with FAA's policies and procedures. Now, our contribution to the NAC is that we manage, that the management support team improves the air traffic organization by not only analyzing but maximizing the value of management support. And so these are some of the services we provide, and again, I'll just give you a snapshot into what some of those services are. So we have congressional correspondences. These are correspondences that we receive directly from Congress or on behalf of a constituent for information pertaining to FAA. We also do general correspondences. Our general correspondences are correspondences that we receive from the general public. Right now, the majority of our general correspondences are around noise complaints. We have a lot of activity and a lot of buzz with noise complaints in our eastern and New England areas, so our team spends a lot of time answering those types of noise complaints. And because of that, we actually lead the nation in responding to noise complaints in the eastern service area. Congressional visits. The management support team acts as a liaison between the congressional office and the ATO field facility managers on arranging congressional visits. So if a congressional wants to come to visit your facility, that service would need to come through our office. Now, we do not coordinate international visits. So that is a service that's provided through headquarters. But we do all the coordination for congressional visits within the Eastern Service Area. We also prepare We also prepare hotline responses. So we have 3 types of hotline responses that we reply to. We have our administrative hotlines, which are mostly related to personnel issues. We have our safety hotlines, which are mostly related to operational issues. And we also have our OIG hotlines, which are fraud, waste, and abuse, and mismanagement. Then we also manage the FOIA program, Freedom of Information Act. Now, the FOIA program provides means through which the public can obtain information regarding activities of our agency. So some of the requests that we get, they usually come from the news media, from the general public, and also attorneys' offices. And some of those requests include aircraft accident reports, personnel issues, as well as audio communication tapes. Just recently, or we have had some high-profile FOIA requests to come through our office. We had a request for information on Justin Bieber's aircraft when he was in the area. Also, Prince's aircraft. There was a lot of FOIA requests around that, as well as Donald Trump's aircraft. So our FOIA team received some pretty interesting FOIA requests that we processed through our office. I believe I skipped high-level briefing papers. High-level briefing papers. When a VIP is traveling to a facility within our area, we're sometimes asked to provide a briefing paper for their visit. And so what we do is we gather the information pertaining to that facility, and we provide them a briefing paper prior to their arrival. We usually do this for our administrators, the FAA administrator, the regional administrator. Here recently, we had to prepare a briefing paper for the Vice President of the United States. So very high level, very fast paced. These are some of the items that we work on within our team. We also manage the Privacy Act, and the Personally Identifiable Information, or PII. We protect the individual's right to privacy. So that is a high priority on our team. Accountability Board support. Management support team tracks and investigates allegations reported to the Accountability Board. So a lot of these allegations include hostile work environment, sexual harassment, misuse of government computer. All of these things happen every day within our agency. And so we track those and we make sure that they are closed out in a timely manner. So we work very closely with our directors to make sure that our accountability cases are closed out in a timely manner. We also do EO case management support. The management support team, we serve as an advocate for the managers in the EO process. So what that means is that we are assisting managers in remediation. We help them through settlement agreements. We actually work with the manager from the beginning to the end of the EO process. Now, what some of you may not know is we do not assist the employees within the EO process. That is a service that's provided through civil rights. But we are here to support the managers in the EO process. And we also initiate security report of investigations, or ROI. We initiate these on behalf of the director, and the type of investigations that we usually initiate include DUI, employee arrest reports, and also employee misconduct. So we are tracking the progress of these ROIs, and we're reporting directly back to the director the disposition of each of those cases. So as you can see, there are a lot of other functions within the management support team and the way that we contribute to the NAP. And this is our why. The management support team has developed collaborative relationships with our partners to ensure that the services we provide are timely, professional, and targeted to their specific needs. And as you can see from the diagram here, that we interact with pretty much every entity of the agency. We are interdependent of our mission support group, the regional administrator, civil rights, HR. Our functions and our support pretty much touches every entity within not only the agency, but also within our service area. So, is helping you. We are here to provide you support. We are here to help you. We want you to think of us as your support system. So should you need our support in any of those programs that I mentioned, please reach out to us. We are here for you. And whenever you see us through the hall with our little red folder, Naomi, show us the little red folder, know that we are doing this really to support you all. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it back over to Marie.
Thank you so much. And usually you always see Naomi behind me chasing me with a red ball. And she wears flats, and I don't necessarily know she's behind me. She's always chasing me down. So I hope that you were able to see everything that we do here in ASG, and hopefully it debunked or demystified what we do here. So before I close this up, does anybody have any questions in regards to what we do? And has the curtain been pulled back so that you know what we actually do on a daily basis? Any questions?
I have a statement. We'll always have something to say. I like that ASG went last, and it's the most memorable of all that I have done. It was done with a twist. It was done nice and professionally, and good job, guys.
So we appreciate everybody.
I have a question.
Ooh, question.
Yes.
Very. Mr. Bart, what?
So, you guys did a great job. No, I like to say that. But one of the questions I have is in the training area. And Andrea did a great job of detailing what you guys do on national defined training programs. I think what I didn't hear is more of an individual training support. So if an employee doesn't have those job requirements, like an air traffic controller technician, or an employee applies for one of these other upward mobility programs and doesn't make the cut, for example, but they still have a need to want to grow themselves from a training perspective. The route that they have is the IDP between them and their manager. And my experience over the years is when employees come in and managers meet for IDPs, I think there's something missing to when an employee doesn't know what's available to them. I think they rely too much on the manager to know everything that's available to them, which most managers probably don't have the time to know all. So, do you guys provide support to employees to know before they go meet with their manager with their IDP plan, they have a career path that they would like to obtain? Do you guys offer services to those employees to sit down and say, hey, this is the training that the FAA provides free online, this is what management serve that company, USDA offers? Do you guys provide that to an employee level outside of a national defined program?
So to answer that, Larry, we do. I actually teach an IDP workshop, and so you'll see those coming through. In the future, I do more. I've done, I think, 2 this year. But through the IDP process, there is actually an online website on My FAA. You can actually go there, and there's an online IDP which has a career path. You can actually put your series in there and actually outlines that career path for you. So I do identify that in the IDP workshop. Anybody who needs help with the IDPs, you can come and see me. I can actually give you a PowerPoint. But I've been to some of the groups. I know I've been to the PAT team. I did our team as well, and shared that process and shared the career path and how to get to it on the FAA's website. So that is a route to go. I recommend shadowing or looking at other groups if that's your interest, something that you, from this presentation here, you see that we do a lot, and so there's something in another group that you want to see. Go to that group and talk with the manager and employee on that team and get some idea what you want to do, and I can help you route that path, but we do provide that service.
Yeah. And also, too, and Andrea mentioned that, we just stood up the Training Advisory Committee. So we've already established our charter. We've already developed a strategy for FY16 as we move forward. But in FY17, you're going to see more coming out of that and how we do more career development for our employees, not just for our employees, as well as for our managers. So you're going to see more of that coming out in FY17. And Andrea and I have already started those conversations. I'm the sponsor of the TAC, and then Kathy Turner is the lead for that. Larry Ayers represents QCG. Tricia Holt is on the BSG side of the house. Claudia Pagan out of OSG has been a great assistant to the team as well. And Kathy's representing both ASG and PRG while she's on her detail with us. So you will be seeing more from that group in regards to development, not only within the service center, but hopefully we're going to start with the service center and then eventually branch out. But we got to do it a little bit at a time. And Antoinette, you had a question?
I have a question. Which group do you all interact with the most as far as your collaboration? Which group do you all work with the most, or does it vary by team?
So within the service center, we work a lot with OSG, up support, I'll say that. And the reason is with congressionals, so when you start talking about, and I know Teresa mentioned that, to talk about the noise complaints, we work hand in hand with them in developing that response because a lot of it has to do with procedures. And so we primarily work with them. We work a lot with management services, the headquarters. We also work, especially with Freedom of Information Act, we work with QCG, especially on the aircraft accident packages. Anything having to do with safety, we work with QCG. PRG, we work more with them, like on the dashboards for tech ops, especially on the metrics piece of that. So we work across the service center in all the groups. And then we also work with BSG too, because there's also the dashboards on the finance end. When they start talking about the overtime, okay, you start looking at training, you start looking at staffing, and really understanding what's going on in that facility. So we have a lot of, touch points within the service center. So we just don't work internal to ourselves. We also work straight across as well. Any other questions for us? Okay. I first have to extend a big thank you to the team for working on this and going out of the box. So I really appreciate everything and all the help from ASG. ASG is a great group of folks, 45 strong. I've been with this group for 4 years, and I couldn't be prouder. And very appreciative of the work that they do on a daily basis. And I hope when you leave today that you have a better understanding of what we do and a great appreciation for all that they do on a daily basis. So I'll leave you with that, and thank you again for coming out this morning.
Oh, I see. Okay, you got it. You're good.
Okay, you need to know.
And I got that, Kim. It didn't work for me like
All
that.
about ASG.